Hey, Muffin here. So, at a subscriber request, I thought that it was actually quite fun. I've started introducing these videos of just these like random scenarios. One of the previous ones we did was protect the president. And basically, what that entailed was you had at the beginning, it was one side with one tier one vehicle. He was the president that had to be protected. He had 6 other bodyguards that were tier 10 tanks, and the other team had 6 enemies as well. And they basically had to get from one side of the map to the other, or get the tier 1 to the other side of the map in order. And the president had to touch the border of the spawn of the enemy side of the map. And it was actually quite funny. I think a lot of fun. And so I've kind of, like I said, I started introducing some of these fun scenarios. And this one that was introduced to me was a concept of zombies versus humans. Now everyone kind of understands that concept of zombies, but the fun thing here is you have these higher tier vehicles that can only ram, and you have lower tier vehicles that can shoot. Now, there's a lot of A/B testing that kind of went on this first one. For example, I tried doing 3 tier 10s against 7 tier 6s, thinking that the outcome would maybe be a little different or maybe more balanced, but wasn't the case at all. The tier 10 zombies that are only allowed to ram and kill and not shoot got absolutely obliterated. So that didn't really work out too well. So in this next one, we decided to turn up the heat. I'm like, okay, we definitely need more zombies. That first one just did not work out at all. So here we now have, let's see, what is this? 5 zombies against 6 tier 6 tanks. And just racing in. And I had some tanks. I didn't get all the replays of what we were testing out, but there was one game where a player was using a mouse, and the problem was it was just too slow. It couldn't catch up to any of the lower tier humans running away from it. He wasn't able to do much. So we wanted to stick with faster tanks that could really like move around, try and ram. And so far in this first one, I'm starting to think, okay, this is still not quite cutting it. The tier 6 tanks just have too many hit points. The tier 10 and 9 vehicles just don't quite have enough. And it's still too easy from what it looks like from the tier 6 vehicles. And it was actually fun seeing some of the ideas and strategies that people were coming up with. The more and more we were trying to balance it and more challenging we were making it. So toward the later games, it got to the point where we did all tier 10 vehicles, 7, which were the zombies. And on the human side, it was only tiers 1 and 2. And they just had to run and survive. And if there was still a human alive at the end, when the time ran out, they won. So we'll have some of that, and I think that's actually going to be quite fun to watch. So yeah, as I said in this one, the zombies just got absolutely dominated. So now I'm thinking, all right, we need more zombies. So here we go. Now we have 7 tier 9 and tier 10 tanks, and we have 7 tier 6 tanks. Now this was actually quite fun because this is what I was saying just earlier, where the humans were coming up with these really creative ideas. So Ninsk, one of my awesome members, he is the Tog, and he gets everyone up on this ramp and creates like this wall. And so no matter if all the zombies are trying to ram and kill him, it creates like this wall, and then none of the other zombies can get to the other tanks. So it was really quite this creative creative strategy where I'm actually going to cut and fast forward quite a bit. There are some humans that decided to go their own route, this Hellcat, and running around. Zombies are coming in, they're all spotted, they know where they're at. And the Hellcat's in trouble. All swarming around him. Trying to get out. It's so fun, all these different scenarios you can do and just come up with in terms of Blitz. Let me know if there's any fun game ideas that I might be able to incorporate in my vids. I think there's a ton of creative ones. I know there's some others that subscribers have mentioned, like King of the Hill, boss fights, things of that sort. And 1 human is down, still 7 zombies. And so you can just see them all up there. And even the leopard tries to get up, but just can't quite make it. So fast forwarding here, the Tog ends up rolling off, going right on top of the E50M. And the humans just start pouring down. Only 3 zombies left. And at this point, this is where I'm like, okay, we definitely need to drop the tier level that the humans are at. And that's where these next couple rounds come in, where they don't necessarily have very strong cannons, but they're all tier 1 and tier 2 tanks. And they just have to stay alive until the time runs out. And if there's any humans still alive, humans win. But if the zombies end up getting all the humans and killing them, then they win. So here we go. Now, even though the AMX is the tier 10 French heavy, is a heavy tank, and I just said earlier the mouse was too slow, this tank actually does have decent maneuverability. It's actually pretty good, and it also has a good amount of weight to it being a heavy tank. Now I can just imagine being the tier 1, tier 2 tanks, just seeing a bunch of tier 10 zombies or just the tier 10 tanks just coming at you is quite frightening, because it doesn't take much for these tier 10 tanks to just obliterate a lot of your hit points if they ram you just right. Just right there. Can't afford getting stuck on a wall. So far, 1 human is down. Decent speed being able to catch up to that BT. And it's even funny because now that 2 humans are down, more zombies can focus. So it's not only you have most of the time where it's just 1 zombie chasing 1 human. As more humans start dying off, you have then 2 zombies chasing 1 tank, then 3 zombies, and it just starts adding up. Even right here now, 3 humans are down, and now more zombies are coming in. And this BT is just like, help. So just missed those other 2. Gets rammed by the AMX. 3 humans left. Can the humans survive? Now, the last human here does something pretty funny and makes this quite interesting. 2 humans left. So here he is up here on the top trying to get up on top of this hill point so that he can be safe from all the zombies. And the zombies are trying to get to him by ramming. They end up pushing him up on top, and then all the zombies try to push each other up and try to get him either off or run him over. So Gary in here in his AMX just charging up before he goes full throttle to try pushing some of these tanks up to help get the human. Big boy zombie here giving a push. Does get that BT. We're gonna go ahead and fast forward. And here we go, only 1minute 50 seconds left, and this is where things start turning. They start lining up. That BT able to shoot. And that Sheridan is able just to get right over up there. Now he's gonna try and push him. BT just trying to hang on for dear life. And the Sheridan is able to get right on him. Zombie just slowly killing the human. And wow, what an ending for this scenario of zombies versus humans. So close. With 50 seconds left on the clock, the zombies were able to get all the humans. They do come up with some, the humans come up with some pretty creative things even on some of these other games. I honestly think this is where the sweet spot was, where the humans were either tiers 1 and 2 and the zombies were the tier 10 tanks. Now, not all tier 1 and 2 tanks are made equal. Some are faster than others. Just misses that BT going by. Oh, quite a hit. Just some of these humans trying to do what they can and just getting obliterated here. 3 humans left. And I can't remember if it's the same BT. He actually gets himself in a pretty good position. Now that is one thing about these really tiny tier 1 and 2 tanks, is you can get into these little tight spaces that these bigger tier 10s can't quite get into. Running for his life. If any of you guys want to help with my vids, everyone's more than welcome to join. I do have a lot of people asking if I can send them like a personal message, letting them know when I'm doing rooms so they join. I have a ton of people asking. The only way for me to let you know when I'm doing a room is join my Discord. Make sure you get the movie crew role, So that way when I'm putting a room together, you get that announcement of when I'm doing it, and all is welcome to join. And we also try to have all the subscribers take turns as well. So here we are, the last one up in this tight spot. And not only is he in this tight spot that tier 10s are having a hard time, we're gonna need to fast forward. Every time the tier 10 is just able to kind of come around the corner, the BT is able to push the tier 10s off. I was laughing when I saw this. I did not expect to see the BT being able to just push all these tier 10s off. So just fast forwarding here, only about 10 seconds left. Some health drop from the human, but the humans were able to survive. Zombies could not get them in this match. So we've got one last round after this. Same scenario, tiers 1 and 2 as the humans, and zombies tier 10. Room filled. Zombies just racing in, looking for those humans. And there they are as zombies come racing up. You might be able to hear my kids in the background, just having fun with some toys. The little mini muffins. My son actually does have an account. He's a little young. He's 5, he kind of gets it. He has, I think, the max like a tier 2, but his username is Mini Muffin. This poor human just trying to get out of there. And down. So 4 humans down, only 3 left, still 5 minutes on the clock. And it's funny because I think a lot of these, now the maps are totally random, I don't choose them, but kind of through it you could tell they were trying to look for any tight spots or hills or anything they can get on to try and protect them against the tier 10 zombies. Humans able to fight back a little bit, taking out some damage from the zombies while shooting him. Ooh, and that human was just able to get out of there. Almost 3 minutes left on the clock. And all humans down. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the vid. It sounded like it, and hopefully was fun for all my subscribers that were in the training room and also helping out with this vid as well. You guys stay cool and keep tanking.